Hey guys, just jumping on here for our midweek meetup. It is the week prior to Mother's Day, and so on all of our social media, there should be a couple of two or three, maybe a little more, just words of encouragement from some special ladies that attend Hope in Life. And so hope you've already had a chance to see that earlier in the week. And of course, there'll be more before the weekend when we're just celebrating our mothers, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, just dynamic ladies that have obviously made an impression on our lives, have been important to us. Without them, we could not be where we are today. And so I just want to take just a moment in the midst of this week on our midweek meetup, which is, normally obviously something that we'll do either on Wednesday or Thursday of every week, but just to take a little bit of time to talk about what's going to happen on this coming Sunday in our services to honor and acknowledge our moms. Also, an opportunity for you to take a picture there with your family. There at the AMC Theater, we'll have something set up, which should be great. But also just want to challenge you real quick about one of the most wonderful, most dynamic ladies in the Bible. And give you a little bit of scripture. It talks about how important that she is to who you and I are today in our faith. But this weekend, we're going to be having a special gift for all of our moms that are able to attend in our in-person service. I know many are still online through YouTube and Facebook, and so of course we'll have things that will be important to speak about moms and talk about the importance of that that position within the family, within our community. But online, YouTube, be there with us 10:30 this coming Sunday. But if you're in the in-person service, we'll have a gift, as well as I said, we'll have an area set up where families can take pictures there with their mom and our grandmother, mother-in-law, just the important ladies that without them, we couldn't be as effective, or the people that we are, if we didn't have them in our life. And so we'll have that so you guys can take pictures, and that'll be great. And I'm already this week just making sure to love on Gwenny, let her know how important that she is. It's just finished up a little bit of a rainstorm here around the house, but I was running the dishwasher. I not only loaded it, and she probably would have come back through and said I didn't load it properly, but I loaded it, got everything in there that was dirty, ran it, and it just finished just a moment ago. So when I'm done here, I promise, for the Lord and in front of our online church, or those that are watching this, you can hold me accountable, that I will unload the dishwasher as well and put everything back where it goes. You know what moms can't stand more than anything else is something that is halfway done. Clean the room but not make up the bed. Make up the bed, but maybe not dust the furniture, or you vacuum the house, but you still leave the garbage and you don't take it to the curb. Just things that are halfway done. And one thing that I know would not be good is to load and run the dishwasher, but then leave it there and not unload it. So I promise I'll do that. So that's my little nugget for anybody out there today that's looking how to just another way to honor your bride, or to maybe take care of someone important in your life, is if you're going to do something, make sure that you do it to the level of completion. So we're going to, you heard me say it, we're going to be giving out a gift to all of our moms, letting our moms know how important that they are. It's going to be a great Sunday in our in-person service there at AMC. We had a great this past Sunday with youth starting up, and that's another just a wonderful testimony, praise report we'll talk more about as we do this and go forward. But moms, be there with us in our in-person service, the gift, and you take a picture and all that stuff. So it's going to be a great day. Let me just talk about this as well, that in talking about moms, that there are, let me just ask the question, just think on it this way: who are the women who have made a difference in your life? Who are the women that have made a difference in your life? Every one of us, male or female, we have somebody that's a female that's made a difference in our lives. I just wrote down some names here, the obvious people, but both my grandmothers, I had a chance to know both of them, my Mamaw Brock and my Nana Marsh. That were our terms of endearment for them, Nana and Mamaw. And Nana, I knew her much longer. She lived to be later in life, older in life, into her 90s, and had a chance to see her before she had passed. She lived out in Yakima, Washington. She was my oldest remaining or living grandparent. My grandfather Marsh was second, and then my Mamaw Brock. I never knew my grandfather Brock. He was killed when my dad was only 2 years of age. But as I said, my Nana, I knew her longer than anyone else of my grandparents. And just a dynamic woman of God. She was a minister's wife, and was a sister to, I think, 10 or 11 other siblings, and just a wonderful, wonderful lady that I still have a wonderful picture where Gwenny and I had a chance to see her there in the nursing home not too many months before she passed, and she didn't know we were coming, and just the sound that she made of joy, where she just, just not to really verbalize anything, just kind of just a shout or a squeal, or just a celebration of just, just seeing us, and tears, and it blessed us, and we just love her, appreciate her. Nana was and is still a force in my life. My Mama Brock, a minister's wife as well, and just a dynamic lady that was helpful to so many. And then, of course, I just think of my mom, obviously. My mom, which is, she's sturdy, she's strong, she's dependable, she's loving, but she'll pat you on the back, but she can also know how to kick you right in the butt and say, get out there and get going. She's a competitor. I love my mother. My mother-in-law, who's still with us as well, who just had an important birthday. Can't say it. I don't want to make my mom-in-law angry here talking about, but had a recent important birthday. But love and appreciate her. Of course, my Gwenny. Talking about a woman that's made a difference in my life, there's no one that's made more of a difference than my wonderful bride, that this year, August the 30th, will be August the 30th. August the 10th will be our 30th. See how I did that? It's our 30th anniversary on August the 10th. And so 30 years together, and 3 children now, a handsome son-in-law, and so we're blessed. But no one has influenced me more, and helps hold me more accountable, and helps to support me and encourage me than my wonderful bride, Gwenny. And then I have to say it, of course, my daughter has been an influence in my life. She's been faithful to speak into my life and to challenge me, and just, our first little baby that was born to us that changed my life. My sons followed, but my daughter was our first, and so I'm thankful for Victoria. Then I think of a couple of key ladies that also have been important to Gwenny and I. One is, to my life, should I say, when I was a young person, my youth pastor, Sarah Glover, a dynamic lady. When I was just, before I was getting married, my youth pastor's wife, as we were now living in Ohio, my parents and I, and Barb Jacobs was very, very important. Kind of out in the world, Gwen and I have had a chance to be around Dodie Osteen a couple of times, and been able to meet her and greet her, read a book that she had written about her own personal testimony, and she's been an influence. And there's so many, of course, there at the church, and I can't say one, because if I say one, I will miss somebody. But the church that we pastor, so many dynamic people that are so caring and loving and have been supportive, just to let me know that they pray for me. Listen, in talking about women who have made a difference in your life, the obvious suspects, which are my grandmothers, my mom, my wife, my mother-in-law, my daughter, but then the others as well that have been a part of the formative years. My youth pastor, who was Sarah Glover, a woman. My youth pastor's wife, Jake Jacobs, his wife, Barb Jacobs, was very important. And then those that I look out, and Priscilla Shira is an amazing leader that's out there. Dodie Osteen's an amazing leader that I look to. Judy Jacobs has been a close friend, a dynamic influence in my life. But also so many that the Lord has blessed us with, that we pastor, that you also make a difference in my life. So I love and appreciate you. Couldn't do life without you, wouldn't want to do life without you. Better off because of doing life with you. So appreciate you so much. The Bible gives us amazing examples of women who teach us about faith and courage, strength, compassion, and love. And just the one lady I want to highlight today is the wife of the father of faith, which I guess just makes her what? The mother of faith. And that's Sarah. The word speaks of her. Of course, it's all in Genesis that talks about Abraham and Sarah, and this story that leads up to them having a child by the name of Isaac, and then him and his wife giving birth to Jacob, which becomes Israel, and that now leads on to the children of Israel, the tribes of Israel. And they're called the mother and father of faith because they really were the ones that God used to create this family that we're a part of faith. Here's what the Bible says in the New Testament, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 11. It says, by faith, Sarah herself also received strength to conceive seed. Now, if you know what's going on here, if you know the story, Abraham was 100, Sarah was 90 when they gave birth to Isaac. And Isaac's name means laughter. Why? Because when everybody heard that a 100-year-old man and a 90-year-old woman not only got pregnant, but had a baby, they had to laugh. But then also say it had to be the Lord that made this happen. That's why Hebrews chapter 11 is considered the heroes' hall of faith. And both Sarah and Abraham make this hallowed hall of fame of faith because they believed that God was faithful. Let me finish this verse here. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 11. By faith, Sarah herself also received strength to conceive seed, and she bore a child when she was past the age, because she judged him, our heavenly Father, faithful, who had promised. God makes promises. God keeps his promises. It's been an ongoing theme the last so many midweeks. I know last week I said it. I think I said it not too long before that, but God makes promises. He keeps his promises. He made a promise that they would have a son, and not just one that would be from a handmaiden, or not just one that would be just in their home. You know, they're an employee in their home, their oldest son, because Sarah and Abraham were barren, so that's the way that succession would flow. But ultimately that it would be a son from both of them, from their flesh. But only God could make that miracle happen. And at 100 years of age, 90 years of age, God did what no one else could do, what they even couldn't do on their own. Sarah gave birth to Isaac when she was 90 years of age because she looked away from her physical ability and judged God faithful to keep his word. I love this influence. If we're looking for women in the Bible also that helped make a difference in our life, I look to Sarah, because Sarah reminds me that her and Abraham were at an impossible place, but the God that can do all things made things happen that they never could have accomplished on their own. They didn't look at their physical limitation. They didn't look at the deadness of their bodies, as the Bible said, or where they were not just limited. It was over. It was done. As they say, stick a fork in it. It was over. There was no way it could be accomplished but God. But God made a way where there was no way and gave them a son called laughter. And let me just speak this. I received this for myself, but those right now that feel like a certain season is over or finished or done, but you felt like God said he was going to do something in your life. I don't know what that could be. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. Maybe you're single by being widowed, or maybe just haven't found the right person, and whatever it might be. You've been through some rocky roads, maybe been divorced, but you're looking for someone, and you believe God has somebody for you as a mate or a husband. Let me just tell you, hold on, because what looks like it might be dead and over and unable to be accomplished, don't look at the limitations. Look at your limitless God. Don't question your God. Question the mountains that are in your life. Question the questions in your life, because God can do awesome things, just as he did here in the life of Abraham, Sarah, and then, of course, the child that they gave birth to, Isaac. And I want to remind you, not only do I want to see God do great things and open up blessings and make a way where there is no way, miracles, but man, there's joy that comes with that. Joy, laughter. Isaac brought laughter and joy where there hadn't been maybe a whole lot of laughter and joy for a while, because they believed, but yet they didn't know how it was going to happen. But God made a way where there was no way. The joy of the Lord, Nehemiah 8:10, the joy of the Lord is our strength. Be strengthened today. Feel the joy of the Lord. Moms, we love you. Grandmoms, we love you. Great-grandmamas, we love you so much. Daughters and sisters and nieces and nephews and sister-in-laws and friends that are female, listen, we love you. We appreciate you. You are important. You are vital. And we're thankful that God has placed all of you in our lives to make a difference. And we honor you, not only this week, but we honor you this coming Sunday, especially, of course, as I said, our moms. So much love. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. I have right here to my right, you can't see right off camera, but I've got my little baby girl right here, our little dog here, Rooney. She's a little girl dog as well. She's just right here resting beside me. So she helps to make a difference in my life as well. But guys, have a great rest of your midweek. We love you. Just remember, Jesus provides hope for today, life for your tomorrows. God bless.